In today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can start an online coaching business in 2024. This is going to be for those who are brand new or have less than 10 clients. So if you've got less than 10 clients and you want to be making $10,000 a month as an online coach, then watch this video. We're going to break it down in a very simple 5-step process that you're going to follow from start to finish that you could do in 6 months to get your first $10,000 a month. All right. Before we jump into today's video, if you could smash the subscribe button. I create daily content just like this to help coaches just like you grow and scale their online coaching businesses. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. For this, I'm gonna be using my pen and using my iPad to show you how it works. All right, so I'm in here. We've got my 5 steps. Now, let's see what step 1 is. Step 1 is the first thing if you're going to create an online coaching program is you have to know what it is you're selling, which is your offer. What is your offer? There's multiple parts to your offer, okay? Part 1 of this is gonna be your niche, okay? Who is your ideal client? Who do you wanna serve? And to look at this and to define this, typically it's looking back at your past self. Who were you? Who were you 3 to 4 years ago, and what problems were you having? Because you're your best ideal client. You are the attractive character that your ideal client wants to become. Now, this doesn't have to be the case, but I'll tell you from the hundreds of coaches I've worked with, if you are your ideal client, it's a lot easier because you can tell your own story and your own story can do its selling for you. So if you're not sure and you're like, oh, I think I want to work with accountants, but you're not an accountant, I'm going to encourage you to reevaluate and see, is there a version of you that you can connect with from the past that needs your help? Serve that person, okay? So that's one. Next part of your offer is pricing, okay? Pricing. How are you packaging your service, right? Typically, for anybody that we work with, we want them to have at least a 3 to 6 month offer that they help people make a permanent transformation in. Okay, a 3 to 6 month offer on the front end, it works really well. And then after that, you have a renewal offer or an ongoing offer. I think I spelled renewal wrong. Don't worry about it. I think it was just one L. Yeah, a renewal offer, it could be month to month, or it could be a re-sign of this 3 to 6 month package that you sold before, okay? Those are the 2 critical components. Who am I serving and what is it priced at? And what are also, I'll add another 3rd category in here, the deliverables, right? What is included inside of this pricing? Am I getting one-on-one calls? Am I getting custom workouts, custom nutrition? Am I getting group calls? Am I getting curriculum? What are all the fine-tuned things that come in there? And I'll tell you, when you're starting out, the easiest thing that you can do is to do one-on-one and customize that package and the deliverables up to the person what they need, right? And a lot of times you can do one-on-one coaching if you're doing fitness, nutrition, and do some programming, and you can write a personalized workout program, all that fun stuff, and you can charge $300 to $400 for that without phone calls, right? Every phone call, typical rule of thumb for the coaches I work with is every phone call we just add another $100 to the phone call. So if our base level program of me programming your workouts, assuming I'm a fitness coach, is $300 a month, okay? And that's with email check-ins, tech support, all of that stuff. If you want a phone call, cool, awesome. I'll do one phone call that adds $100 to it. Now we're at $400 a month. You want to call every other week? Great, no problem. We'll add that to $500 a month, okay? Just like general rules of thumb, some people start there just programming closer to $500 a month, but really simple breakdown here. And then when we look at this 3 to 6 month commitment, typically I'll ask and encourage people to do paid in full, okay? Especially for the first 3 months paid in full, because that gives you a larger cash injection that you can then invest back into your business. And it also gets people a little bit more bought into the process, okay? So that's step 1. We want to find our niche. I'm gonna circle this with a different color. We need to find our niche. We need to know our pricing, and we need to know the deliverables that's included inside of that pricing. All right. Step 2, once we have our offer, we know what it is. This process itself can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks of just getting really fine-tuned and detailed and feeling really confident in it, 2 to 4 weeks. Once we do that, the next step to this is going to be sales, okay? And sales also has a few different components to it. one sale is, how do I enroll the person? How do I collect the money, right? So I'm just gonna put, man, my chart here, I'm gonna move this stuff a little bit, all this stuff. Move it down. If you guys don't have an iPad, it's super cool. I really enjoy teaching like this. All right, so step 2 is sales, okay? Inside of sales, like I said, we have enrollment. Again, I without spell check, I don't know what I'm spelling over here, but enrollment is really taking money over the phone, right? And then getting them enrolled and like having an onboarding process, okay? Onboarding, okay? That's part 1. And this is typically done here over the phone, right? So this is either done over the phone or it's a Zoom call. But that's part 1 of the sales department is, if I've got someone interested, how can I get them enrolled? And typically that involves a 45 to 60 minute call where you're on the phone with them, asking them a series of questions about their goals, and then you then position your program as the solution to the problems and the goals they have. And then at the end, you have some time where you kind of discuss it, you overcome objections, you really get the person bought in and trust that you can help deliver on the promise, right? So that's part 1 of sales. But then another part that's often overlooked, or it's almost like thrown into marketing, is, I'm just gonna put DM sales. And DM sales, you could also call it like lead generation. It's like, it's the having of conversations in the DMs that prompts to the phone call. How do you ask the right questions in the DMs or on text messages or on emails or heck, even in person, to get someone from being like a follower, someone who's liked your content, or someone that you just know to be interested in your service, right? To where they want to book a call with you and they want to have, you know, this conversation here around enrollment. And that's part 2 of the sales process. So if you're starting an online coaching business, 1, you need to know what to say on the phone or on the Zoom call, but 2, you need to know what do you say on social media, what do you say in text messages to book these calls, okay? You want to process for both of those, because eventually if you decide you want help in your business, man, this is one of the easiest places and to get things off of your plate is to have somebody who can manage your DM inbox for you, right? And you can pay them per booked call. You can pay them a commission, maybe a small base pay plus commission. That's what we do internally too, and it really helps because, man, we have a lot of people who ask us for help, and I don't have the time and space to do that. I want to create videos like this. I want to coach my clients. I don't want to be in the inbox. So when you're starting though, you will be, and you need to learn this skill. You need to learn how to have conversations, invite to calls. Okay, this is where honestly a lot of people will be starting out. Like if you're new to business, you're going to need to spend a lot of time doing this. It's really just like you're just spending more time talking to people, right? Talking to people to see if there's anyone interested in your service. You're gonna be doing this. Cool part of DMs is I don't have to go door to door. I can do this straight from my phone. It's very easy. I don't have to do cold calling. I can just talk to people, and I can talk to friends first, which is what you're gonna do. You don't just wanna like do cold DM from the start. I would encourage you to talk to your existing network, okay? Which leads us into step 3. Step 3 is going to be, you want to do a beta launch, okay? A beta launch, there's really 2 components of a really good beta launch. I've got some more videos on my channel about this, so if you want to check those out, just go check it out. Beta launch, it works really well to get your first 5 or 10 clients. The strategy we use is called the Fast 5 strategy, and this involves 2 phases, okay? Phase 1 is market research, okay? And phase 2 is a launch. Okay. The cool part about this is what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to our warm existing audience that already knows, likes, and trusts us. We built it up from like going to high school, college, your phone, your contacts, your followers, your friends on Facebook, your email list. And we're going to hit those people up and invite them to a market research call where we're going to exchange free coaching in exchange for them asking just a couple questions about their goals, what they want to achieve, etc., so that you can build a program based on what people want, okay? So all we're gonna do there is invite them to a call, ask them some questions. At the end of the call, you're gonna ask, hey, awesome, thank you so much for your time today. You know, out of curiosity, is this something that you want? Because I'm gonna be building this and it should be ready to be launched and like ready to start taking clients on next week. And if they say, yeah, I'm interested, cool, set up a sales call the next week. Be like, awesome, great. Well, what's your schedule next Friday? I've got X, Y, and Z open. Boom, you just scheduled your first sales call. And you're doing it in a really authentic way, and people feel like they're part of you building this thing together. So once we do that, that's the first part of the beta launch. We do this for about 2 weeks. Then we'll transition into a launch. This is where you're going to flood your social media account for 14 days, telling the world what you do. This is kind of like your announcement phase. Hey, I'm going into this new phase, and I'm looking for 5 clients that want to work with me one-on-one to go from here to here, and I'm taking it at a discount, right? And you can have your discount be anywhere from 20 to even 80%. It doesn't matter, you're just trying to get your first 5 clients, okay? So step 3, we do that after we have our offer and after we have our sales process dialed in, because all of this is going to revolve around social media. And if I don't have a DM sales script, or I don't have a phone or a Zoom call sales script, I can't start promoting and sharing what I do without knowing how do I enroll them. Okay, so it all builds off each other. And the only way you're gonna build a sales process is if you know your offer, okay? So offer, sales, beta, right? Now, step 4, once we have done the beta launch, we've completed it, we've got our first 5 clients, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get a really dialed in organic marketing strategy. Okay, and this is gonna be you posting on social, okay? Posting on social, I'm gonna say Instagram because that's just the best platform, guys. I mean, that's the one that we find the best success with, and that's what we help our clients with. If you like Facebook, if you like LinkedIn, cool. We primarily work with people who use Instagram, okay? And this is gonna be posting on Instagram consistently and also learning how to turn followers into booked calls, okay? And this is gonna be really helpful because as your account keeps growing, as you creating more good content, you should get more and more people who start to follow you. And if you have a really proven process and conversational method that turns a new follower into a sales call, then you can just work on how do I keep increasing my following, okay? There's lots of strategies you can use. We use things like shout outs. We use things like ads. We have our clients and customers shout us out too, and that gets us more followers. Every time we get new followers, a follower we treat as a lead. We then have a conversation with them, see if we can help, invite them to the sales process up here, and the machine keeps going, okay? So that's step 4. Real quick before I get to step 5, which is by far my favorite step, let's just kind of go over a timeline for each of this too, because I know I mentioned it for the offer. I don't know if I mentioned it for sales and the beta launch, okay? Okay, so for the offer, like we said earlier, the offer itself, it's gonna take around 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks to really dial this in. Now you could go faster, but you're gonna want to feel really confident in this before you move on. The sales process revolves around that too. So offer takes 2 weeks. To develop the sales process, what am I gonna say? What's that look like? That whole process again is gonna take another, I'm gonna say 1 to 2 weeks. Because I can give you a script, you'll run with it, but it's gonna take you time to master that. So it's gonna take you 1 to 2 weeks to have it in place, but to master it, that's gonna take you months, okay? It's an ever evolving thing that you're gonna have to just continue to get better at, okay? All right, so far we're at 2 weeks for offer, 1 to 2 weeks for sales. Now for the beta launch, this is a 5-week strategy. Okay, what we found it works really well for this, it just works well, is we'll do 2 weeks of market research, we'll do a 1 week off, and then we'll do 2 weeks of the launch. Okay, so in total, that's a 5 weeks total. So right now, if we kind of total all those things up at 2.5 months in, we then are focused really heavily on organic marketing, okay? And for this, this is an ever ongoing project, right? But this, I really want you to be consistent. It might take you 4 weeks to really feel consistent, dialed in. This is my process from idea to content creation to edit to post, etc. Okay? 4 weeks. Then, this is really important, and I think a lot of people don't do this or they're scared of doing it, and it's just silly, is after we have a proven organic process, we've got our sales process that we're working on, we need to get more eyeballs and more followers and more people who are looking at our content. So to do that, we need to launch an Instagram follower funnel, okay? And what this is running ads to your Instagram account, okay? And this will help you get more followers and it will help you get more eyeballs on your content. And the cool part of running these ads to your Instagram account is that you can get followers for anywhere from I've got some people who get less than $1, but you could get them for $1 to $2 a follower, right? And if we did this right up here, where we're learning how to turn followers into book calls, well, cool. We are just now adding fuel to that fire, right? So really easily, you could spend, 10 to 20 bucks a day, and you could get anywhere from 10 to 20 new followers a day, okay? And now from here, you can then DM them all, message them, see if they need help, invite them to calls. I've got a lot of clients right now that they're crushing it. I have had some people that have $10 calls, not even kidding. More common, you'll get $10 to $100 calls, okay? Which is a really good return on investment compared to traditional advertising where you're promoting a lead magnet, etc. Now, once you have more money to spend, this is like strategy 1. Once you have more money to spend and you've got some more time, you've got more money, etc., we can then do the more traditional free training funnels, right? So that's where you create a free video training that tells people how to achieve the result you want to. But to be honest, this video is not on this. This is on getting started. This is not getting started. Getting started is all of this, is offer, sales, beta launch, organic marketing, follower funnel, we're getting new followers, we're booking calls, beautiful. After all that stuff is created, and this is like really 6+ months of doing consistency of this, you're gonna be having more clients and more calls than you need. Great, then we can transition into something like a free training funnel. But that doesn't come until 6 to 12 months in, assuming that you've cracked the code on this, okay? So those are the 5 things that you need to start a successful coaching business. Offer, sales, you need to launch it, right? We need an organic marketing process and strategy. And then we wanna learn how to run ads to our Instagram account to make it the lead magnet. And eventually we can talk more cool, fun ad strategies. But to get started, this is all you need. It's really simple, okay? If you want support on this is what our team does. We help coaches do all these steps right here. We do this through the Growth Accelerator. It's our core flagship mastermind, and the entire 6 months we do this. And we give you feedback on every single thing, okay? We have 2 tracks for every student we take on, and there's one-on-one support for this. Track 1 is new coach, where we install everything that you just saw on here in 6 months. We hold your hand through the whole process. We help you dial in your offer, your sales process. We give you the exact posts and templates to make for the beta launch. We give you the posting strategies. We help you hold you accountable to it, and we help you craft and launch these ads so that you can start getting new followers that turn into calls every single day. If you want support on that model, you want to learn more about it, you want to see if we're the right fit for you, go ahead and click the link below. There'll be a button to schedule a call with our team. We can walk you through the offer. We can tell you if we can help you, and if we can't, we'll point you in the right direction to get help. Now, that was track 1. Track 2, if you've already done this and you're like, Matt, I know this is really helpful, but I've already got 10 clients. What does that process look like? Pretty much the process, the only thing that's going to be different is that we're going to skip this beta launch phase here because you don't need it. And we're going to launch the follower funnel within month 2, if not month 1. We're going to launch that as soon as we can. We're going to audit your offer sales process, make sure it's good to scale with ads. We're going to give you a posting strategy, make sure you're accountable to that for at least 4 weeks, launch ads, and we're gonna start getting into the free training funnel as well as having a more robust backend CRM software. I'm not a very systems guy. That's gonna help you automate a lot of that process. So again, if that's of interest to you at all, click the link below. You can schedule a call with my team. We can walk you through the offer and tell you all the details we have about it. All right, that's all I got for you guys this week. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.